Hi, welcome to the Wellness Project. I'm Holly Jones. In this practice, I'm going to lead you through some movements targeting the hips, the low back, and the legs. This can be particularly useful if you tend to sit for a long period of time. So if that sounds like you, then please move yourself away from your desk. And if you like, you can remove your shoes and be ready for a few simple movements that you can do in the middle of your day to provide relief to these achy, sore areas of your body. So to begin, come to the edge of your seat so that your feet are right underneath your knees and your knees are in line with your hips. Place your hands on your legs. Begin to press your hands onto your legs. And then as your hands are pressing onto your legs, feel your feet on the floor. Allow your spine to lengthen and allow your head to just be floating on top of your shoulders. Allow your shoulder blades to relax on your back. Soften your gaze. Notice 3 cycles of breath. As you're noticing your breath, set an intention that you will allow the breath to initiate the movements. And now when you're ready, take your hands to the tops of your knees. As you exhale, round your spine, hollow out your belly, take your chin to your chest. As you inhale, reach the spine upward into a slight back bend and the chin can lift. Again, exhale and round back, straighten the arms, come to the back of your sits bones, inhale into the arch. Follow your natural breath. As you exhale, come into the rounding, hollow out the belly. As you inhale, come into the arch. Taking the gaze upward and feel your chest and your heart lifting. This time come to neutral and slide your hands underneath your elbows. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, lifting one leg and placing the forearm underneath the thigh. Begin to make rotation of circles for one ankle. And then switching direction, rotating the ankle, making circles. And release. And then switch sides. Picking up the thigh, resting it on the forearm, and making circles with the ankle. And if your toes are inside socks, spread your toes to feel the fabric between each toe. Switch the direction of your circles. And release. Pause here and just notice. Now come to the edge of your seat. Pick up one foot and either cross the foot over the ankle or cross the ankle over the knee. Encourage this external rotation of the hip. So external rotation would be going outward, so this way around, wrapping the skin and the muscle around the outside, opening up the hip. We're just pausing here to encourage this action. When you're ready, release that side. Switch to the other side. So remember that any amount is fine, so crossing the foot, the ankle over the bottom foot, maybe where you start, and you may see how it feels if you cross at the shin. And then if the body allows, bring that ankle on top of the other knee. Not on the knee, but just past it. So that's on top of your leg, just above the knee. If this causes issues, any pain for that knee, then you have options, and you just go back to where you don't have pain. So being very mindful means listening to your body and the messages that your body's sending you. Pain is an alert that you need to back off. If you can breathe but you feel sensation, then And that's maybe the place where you find what we call in yoga the edge. So we're just playing around with where do I feel sensation. Again, it's an external rotation, so we're encouraging through breath this external hip to open up. When we sit in chairs for a long time, the hips can tend to narrow in. We're allowing this through time and breath just to open up to whatever degree feels appropriate in your body. And when you're ready, release that foot back to the floor. And then reposition yourself again so that you're on your edge of your seat, making sure that if you're in a chair that has wheels, you've locked the wheels so that the chair is very secure. You're going to widen the stance of the feet underneath you, so wider than it was when we were narrow or with our feet at hips distance. Now we're taking the feet outside hips distance. Place your hands behind you and take both knees off to one side. So if you're starting on the right, you might look opposite me, that's fine. As you inhale, bring both knees to center, and as you exhale, taking both legs to the opposite side. So using your breath as your guide, you're going to inhale to center and exhale, going from side to side. Doing this with your breath, and just noticing as we do this that it kind of looks like windshield wipers. And again, we're doing this with our breath because the breath encourages a natural state of relaxation and allows the body to open up more easily than if we do this without paying attention to our breath, which could cause some pain, overdoing it, setting expectations that might be unnecessary or unattainable. So 2 more times, going to each direction. And then plant your feet underneath you and slide yourself back to the middle of your seat, taking your hands on your legs. And again, with your hands on your legs, root down so that you feel your feet underneath you. You feel your hands on your legs. And notice how the hips feel. Notice how the legs feel. Now repositioning yourself again to the edge of your seat and taking your feet wide and making sure that the knees are in line with the top of the feet. So now you're going to take your thumbs to the top of your hip crease. So really snuggle your thumbs down into the top of your hip crease and press your thumbs down. Inhale and lift your spine, and as you exhale, coming forward. Release the back of your head to the floor. And then as you inhale, roll yourself back up. And exhale yourself back forward. Allow the spine to be long. Allow the head, the back of the neck to be soft. As you inhale, use your abdominals and press into your legs to lift yourself back up. 2 more times following your natural breath. It's like a wave motion. The inhale lifts the spine back up, 1 vertebrae at a time. So if you need to go slower to do so, please slow this to a pace that you can sense your spine. As you inhale, use the abdominals, press into the feet, and use the legs to lift you back up. This time, exhale as you were, going forward, and then remove your thumbs from the hip creases and take your forearms to your legs. And stay here, or if it's available to you, you might want to take your fingertips to the floor. Again, allowing the back of the neck to be long so that the head is reaching towards the floor. Keep pressing into your feet and opening up through your thighs. To come out of this position, just walk your forearms. If they were on the floor, walk your forearms back up to your inner thighs. Pause there, then walk your hands to your legs and make your way back up. So now we're going to link 2 movements together. So on the edge of your chair again, you're You're going to cross ankle over foot or shin or top of knee. Place your thumbs into those hip creases. Inhale into the arch and exhale into the forward fold. And remember, with the forward fold, any amount that you feel sensation is absolutely fine. It doesn't have to look a certain way. So really allow yourself to feel what it feels like in your body. It might not look like mine. When you're ready, inhale, coming back up. Release that leg. And before you go to the second side, just take a moment. Notice how the side that you just moved is feeling. Notice any sensations. And then begin on the second side. So again, crossing wherever feels appropriate in your body. Taking the thumbs to your hip creases. Pressing into both feet. So with the foot that is crossing on top, spread your toes. And imagine that you're pressing that foot against the wall on the side of you. Press your thumbs into your hip creases. Inhale into the arch and exhale. Lengthening forward. So rather than thinking rounding forward, as we were doing before, we were rounding. Now we're going to lengthen forward. So find length in your spine. This allows this lower back region to have space. And so as you're there, if you want to release your thumbs, you can even place your hands on your low back and breathe broad so that you might even feel the skin underneath your hands getting broad. When you're ready to inhale, bring yourself back up. Release the leg. Again, pause. And at this point, you might want to slide yourself back to the middle of your chair. Now pressing your hands down into your legs and slide your hands so that your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Allow your head to be floating on top of your shoulders and allow your shoulder blades to be relaxing on your back body. One last pose to demonstrate here, and you'll want to walk yourself forward to the edge of your seat again. Pick up one leg, clasp underneath you, and begin as you inhale to extend this leg to any degree. So we're opening up the hamstring. As you exhale, then bring that leg back in. So you're just extending to any degree that feels appropriate. It's not about going straight. I'm not going to go straight. This is really just about connecting with how the hamstrings work, really. As you inhale, extend, and as you exhale, bring it in. And switch sides. And notice even as you exhale, what's happening in your body is that squeeze and soak sensation. So moving blood through the body. And noticing if one side feels different than the other. Maybe you have more availability in one side than the other. It doesn't mean that you work one side differently than you work the other one. You just notice it, but do the same amount of engagement, the same amount of conscious movement on both sides. So now I invite you to come to the middle of your seat. Again, place your hands on your legs, press your hands down, slide your elbows underneath your shoulders. From here, I invite you to bow your chin towards your chest, and the eyes can either find a point to stare at on the floor in front of you, or if you feel comfortable doing so, closing the eyes. But maintain softness around the eyes. Notice your temple skin. Make a connection with how you feel in this moment. Remembering any movement that felt particularly beneficial or healing for you. And then just visualize yourself repeating that movement now or at another time today, another time tomorrow, knowing that it's always available to you. And when you're ready, softly blink the eyes open, finding that point on the floor, and then lift your chin. Be well.